Thomas Hobbes once called man's life in his natural state solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who fights with monsters might take care lest he thereby become a monster." Pretty deep stuff, right? But today, one philosopher at Gonzaga University is putting all of your favorite thinkers to shame by asking this all-important question. Is the Disney film Moana about rape? Oh, how we've fallen. Let's take a look. Let me introduce you to Danielle Lane, a philosophy professor at Gonzaga University in Washington State. Lane hosted an event Thursday entitled "Is Moana About Rape?" Because in 2019, it's really time to make sure that social justice infects every nook and cranny of culture, especially those consumed by children. The event flyer says Danielle will advance a controversial thesis wherein she suggests the film is an extended rape metaphor. She argues that Western patriarchy masculinity assaults 1. The feminine, 2. The nature and the environment, and 3. Indigenous cultures. So, spoiler, I haven't seen Moana. Believe it or not, I'm a little too old for Disney movies, but I also find it really hard to believe that Disney would make a film about rape to market to little kids. I took a brief look at the Wikipedia page, and it seems like the bad guy in this movie is a blight that rots the coconuts on an island and depletes the number of fish. So is Danielle trying to argue that rape is like a disease? That seems pretty ham-fisted. I mean, I can use the analogy of a sickness to describe anything, from the economy to how I feel after a sugar high. Anyways, the flyer also says that the professor will ultimately also suggest that the film is neo-colonialist, i.e. it advances a new myth that scapegoats Maui, excusing Western culture from oppressing women, degrading the environment, and erasing, murdering indigenous people. She argued in the presentation that Maui's fishhook weapon is a phallic symbol and that the loss of it symbolizes male impotence. Hey, look, if you've spent any time in university humanities departments, you're familiar with BSing. There's a difference between analysis and projection. You have the Shakespeare student who says, well, Hamlet is a commentary on the corruption of sacrosanct kingship and the competing instincts of taking action versus staying passive. And then the girl next to you who recently cheated on her boyfriend is like,
oh, well, actually, it's about female empowerment and how Queen Gertrude shouldn't feel shame for sleeping with her husband's murderer.
Now, Gonzaga's a small school, but this isn't the first time we've reported on some crazy stuff out of there. After banning Ben Shapiro from campus, the school decided last month that Ben could come, as long as he respects its mission statement, which includes the values of social justice and diversity. So essentially, you can speak, but only if your message supports things you've spent your entire career denouncing. For Campus Unmasked, I'm Rob Shimshock. If you like this video and support our mission, please make sure to comment and subscribe. If something happens on your campus and you'd like us to investigate, send us details using the form on campusunmasked.com.